The National Electrical Code defines a wet location as any location where water is present in the normal operation of equipment. A damp location is defined as any indoor or outdoor location where moisture is likely to occasionally condense or drip on or within electrical equipment. Based on these definitions, a residential boathouse that is located over fresh water and has a roof over the bow lift would likely be classified as a damp location, as it is not constantly exposed to water but moisture may occasionally condense or drip. Wet locations require weatherproof light fixtures that are specifically designed to withstand moisture and rain. However, since the boathouse is classified as a damp location, weatherproof fixtures are not required. Section 553 of the National Electrical Code covers floating buildings, but it does not specifically address single-family residential boathouses. Article 555 of the National Electrical Code covers marinas and boatyards, but it primarily focuses on commercial operations and does not provide specific requirements for residential boathouses. Since the lakes where you work do not enforce an electrical code, it is important to consult local building officials or inspectors to determine if there are any specific requirements or guidelines for electrical installations in residential boathouses. Even though the National Electrical Code may not provide specific requirements for single-family residential boathouses, it is strongly recommended to follow the general principles of electrical safety when installing electrical equipment around water. Firstly, use moisture-resistant materials and equipment whenever possible. Secondly, install light fixtures with closed-tight bulbs to prevent moisture from entering the fixture. Thirdly, use ground fault circuit interrupters, also known as GFCIs, to protect against electrical shock in damp or wet areas. Fourthly, consider using stainless steel or other corrosion-resistant hardware. Fifthly, regularly inspect electrical equipment for damage or corrosion and have it repaired or replaced as needed. Installing electrical systems in and around water requires careful consideration of safety and code compliance, even if local codes are not strictly enforced. Understanding the differences between wet and damp locations is crucial for selecting the appropriate electrical equipment and installation methods. In a residential boathouse setting where a roof covers a single boat lift over freshwater undriven piers, the environment is more likely to be classified as a damp location rather than a wet location. This distinction is essential because it affects the types of electrical fixtures and wiring methods that are permitted or recommended. A wet location, as defined by the National Electrical Code, is an area where equipment is subject to saturation with water or other liquids. This could be due to direct exposure to weather, such as rain or snow, or due to frequent washing or splashing. In contrast, a damp location is an area that is sheltered from direct weather exposure but is still subject to moderate degrees of moisture. This might include areas under canopies, marquees, roofed open porches, and similar locations. Given that the boathouse has a roof, the electrical equipment installed beneath it is not directly exposed to rain or other forms of precipitation. However, it is still subject to moisture from condensation, humidity, and occasional splashes from the water. Therefore, the area is best classified as a damp location. As a result of this classification, standard weatherproof light fixtures are not necessarily required, but it is still highly advisable to use fixtures and equipment that are suitable for damp locations. These fixtures are designed to resist corrosion and prevent moisture from entering the electrical components, which can cause short circuits, electrical shocks, or other hazards. In terms of specific code requirements, Section 555 of the National Electrical Code provides guidelines for marinas and boatyards. However, these guidelines primarily address commercial facilities and do not offer specific rules for single residential boathouses. Similarly, Section 553 of the National Electrical Code covers floating buildings, but its scope does not typically include small, privately owned boathouses. Given the absence of specific code requirements for residential boathouses, it is crucial to adhere to general electrical safety principles and best practices. This includes using ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, to protect circuits that supply power to outlets or equipment near the water. GFCIs are designed to detect small imbalances in electrical current, which can indicate a ground fault or leakage. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI quickly shuts off the power to the circuit, preventing electrical shock. It is also recommended to use wiring and cabling that is rated for damp locations. Type UF cable, for example, is specifically designed for underground or wet locations and provides excellent protection against moisture and corrosion. In addition, all electrical connections should be made inside waterproof enclosures to prevent moisture from entering and causing corrosion or short circuits. When selecting light fixtures for the boathouse, consider using enclosed and gasketed fixtures that are rated for damp locations. These fixtures provide an extra layer of protection against moisture and can help to prolong the life of the bulbs and other electrical components. Furthermore, it is important to regularly inspect all electrical equipment for signs of damage or corrosion. Any damaged or corroded equipment should be repaired or replaced immediately to prevent electrical hazards. Even if local codes are not strictly enforced, adhering to these safety principles and best practices is essential for ensuring the safety of people and property in and around the boathouse. Installing electrical systems near water always presents unique challenges, and it is crucial to take every precaution to minimize the risk of electrical shock or fire. When it comes to electrical safety, understanding the specific requirements and recommendations for damp locations is paramount. While a residential boathouse with a roof over a single boat lift might not be classified as a wet location, the presence of moisture and proximity to water still demand careful attention to detail. This includes selecting the right types of electrical fixtures, using appropriate wiring methods, and implementing protective devices like ground fault circuit interrupters. By following these guidelines, you can help ensure that the electrical system in the boathouse is safe, reliable, and compliant with industry best practices. Let's delve deeper into some specific aspects of electrical installations in damp locations, focusing on practical considerations and code-related recommendations. When selecting wiring methods for a boathouse, several options are available, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. Type UF cable, as mentioned earlier, is a popular choice for underground or wet locations due to its excellent moisture resistance. However, it is important to note that Type UF cable is not suitable for use in direct sunlight, as the ultraviolet radiation can degrade the insulation over time. If the wiring will be exposed to sunlight, it is advisable to use a cable with a sunlight-resistant rating or to provide additional protection, such as conduit. Another option for wiring in damp locations is rigid metal conduit, or RMC, which provides excellent physical protection and is highly resistant to corrosion. RMC is typically made of galvanized steel or aluminum and is suitable for both indoor and outdoor use. However, RMC can be more expensive and difficult to install than other wiring methods, particularly in tight spaces. Intermediate metal conduit, or INC, is another type of metal conduit that is lighter and easier to work with than RMC. IMC provides good physical protection and is also resistant to corrosion, making it a suitable option for damp locations. Electrical metallic tubing, or EMT, is a thin-walled metal conduit that is commonly used for indoor wiring. While EMT is not as robust as RMC or IMC, it can be used in damp locations if it is properly supported and protected from physical damage. In addition to selecting the appropriate wiring method, it is also important to pay attention to the types of electrical boxes and fittings used in installation. Electrical boxes should be made of corrosion-resistant materials such as plastic or stainless steel and should be rated for outdoor use. Fittings, such as connectors and couplings, should also be made of corrosion-resistant materials and should be properly sealed to prevent moisture from entering the electrical system. When installing electrical boxes in damp locations, it is important to orient them in such a way that water cannot easily enter. For example, electrical boxes should be mounted with the knockout holes facing downward to prevent water from accumulating inside. It is also advisable to use weatherproof covers on all electrical boxes to provide an extra layer of protection against moisture. In terms of lighting, there are many different types of fixtures that are suitable for damp locations. Enclosed and gasketed fixtures, as mentioned earlier, are a popular choice because they provide excellent protection against moisture and corrosion. These fixtures typically have a sealed lens or cover that prevents water from entering the fixture and damaging the bulb or other electrical components. Another option for lighting in damp locations is light-emitting diode, or LED, fixtures. LED are highly energy efficient and have a long lifespan, making them a cost-effective choice for lighting applications. Many LED fixtures are also designed to be water-resistant or waterproof, making them suitable for use in damp or wet locations. When selecting light fixtures for the boathouse, it is important to consider the level of illumination required. The amount of light needed will depend on the size of the boathouse, the type of activities that will be performed in the space, and the desired level of visibility. In general, it is advisable to provide ample lighting to ensure that people can safely move around and perform tasks without straining their eyes. In addition to general lighting, it may also be desirable to install task lighting in specific areas of the boathouse. Task lighting is designed to provide focused illumination for specific tasks such as working on equipment or cleaning the boat. Task lighting can be provided by adjustable spotlights, under-cabinet lights, or other types of fixtures that can be positioned to direct light where it is needed most. Finally, it is important to consider the aesthetics of the lighting when selecting fixtures for the boathouse. The fixture should complement the overall design of the structure and should provide a visually appealing lighting scheme. With careful planning and attention to detail, it is possible to create a safe, functional, and aesthetically pleasing lighting system for the boathouse. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are an essential safety device for electrical installations in damp locations. GFCIs are designed to detect small imbalances in electrical current, which can indicate a ground fault or leakage. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI quickly shuts off the power to the circuit, preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are required by the National Electrical Code in all areas where electrical outlets are located near water, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. In a boathouse, GFCIs should be installed on all circuits that supply power to outlets or equipment near the water. This includes outlets used for power tools, lighting, and other electrical devices. GFCIs can be installed in several different ways. One option is to install a GFCI circuit breaker in the electrical panel. A GFCI circuit breaker provides protection for the entire circuit and will trip if a ground fault is detected anywhere in the circuit. Another option is to install GFCI receptacles in place of standard electrical outlets. GFCI receptacles provide protection only at the point of use and will trip if a ground fault is detected at that particular outlet. In addition to GFCIs, it is also important to ensure that all electrical equipment is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for electrical current to flow back to the source in the event of a ground fault, helping to prevent electrical shock. All electrical equipment should be grounded in accordance with the National Electrical Code. This typically involves connecting the metal housing of the equipment to a grounding electrode, such as a ground rod or a metal water pipe. Regular inspections are essential for maintaining the safety of electrical installations in damp locations. Inspections should be performed at least once a year or more frequently if the equipment is subject to heavy use or harsh environmental conditions. During an inspection, it is important to check all electrical equipment for signs of damage or corrosion. This includes wiring, electrical boxes, fixtures, and receptacles. Any damaged or corroded equipment should be repaired or replaced immediately. It is also important to check the operation of GFCIs to ensure that they are functioning properly. GFCIs can be tested by pressing the test button on the device. If the GFCI does not trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. In addition to visual inspections, it may also be desirable to perform electrical testing to ensure that the system is operating safely. Electrical testing can be performed by a qualified electrician using specialized equipment. Testing can help to identify potential problems such as insulation breakdown or loose connections before they lead to electrical hazards. By following these guidelines for electrical installations in damp locations, you can help ensure the safety of people and property in and around the boathouse. Electrical safety is a serious matter, and it is important to take every precaution to minimize the risk of electrical shock or fire. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, serves as the cornerstone of electrical safety standards in the United States. While it may not have specific sections dedicated to single-family residential boat houses, its general principles and guidelines are invaluable for ensuring safe electrical installations in such environments. Understanding the NEC definitions of wet and damp locations is crucial for selecting appropriate electrical equipment and wiring methods. As previously discussed, a damp location is typically characterized by moderate degrees of moisture, while a wet location is subject to saturation with water or other liquids. Based on this distinction, a boathouse with a roof over a boat lift is generally considered a damp location, as it is sheltered from direct weather exposure but still subject to humidity and occasional splashes. Even though the NEC may not mandate weatherproof fixtures in damp locations, it is still highly advisable to use fixtures and equipment that are designed to resist corrosion and prevent moisture from entering electrical components. The NEC also emphasizes the importance of using ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, in areas where electrical outlets are located near water. GFCIs are designed to detect small imbalances in electrical current, which can indicate a ground fault or leakage. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI quickly shuts off the power to the circuit, preventing electrical shock. The NEC requires GFCIs in bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas, and they are equally important in boat houses, particularly near the water's edge. In addition to GFCIs, the NEC also addresses grounding requirements for electrical equipment. Grounding provides a path for electrical current to flow back to the source in the event of a ground fault, helping to prevent electrical shock. The NEC specifies the types of grounding electrodes that are permitted, as well as the methods for connecting electrical equipment to the grounding system. It is essential to follow the NEC grounding requirements to ensure that the electrical system is properly protected against ground faults. The NEC also includes detailed requirements for wiring methods, including the types of cables and conduits that are permitted in different locations. When selecting wiring methods for a boathouse, it is important to consider the environmental conditions and the potential for exposure to moisture. The NEC also addresses overcurrent protection, which is designed to protect electrical circuits from damage due to excessive current flow. Overcurrent protection is typically provided by circuit breakers or fuses, which are designed to trip or blow when the current exceeds a predetermined level. The NEC specifies the types of overcurrent protection devices that are permitted, as well as the methods for calculating the appropriate size of the devices. In addition to these specific requirements, the NEC also includes general guidelines for electrical safety, such as the importance of using qualified electricians, following manufacturer's instructions, and conducting regular inspections. While the NEC may not provide specific rules for every situation, its general principles and guidelines are invaluable for ensuring safe electrical installations in boat houses and other similar environments. Consulting with a qualified electrician and adhering to the NEC recommendations can help to minimize the risk of electrical hazards and protect people and property from harm. Finally, remember that electrical codes and regulations are subject to change, so it is important to stay up to date on the latest requirements. Consulting with local building officials or inspectors can help to ensure that your electrical installations are compliant with all applicable codes and regulations.